There we go. All right. Hey, how you like my socks? Are these butterfly socks? Them at the Dollar Tree store, I think. I think that's where I got them. I thought, oh, they're so cute. Butterfly socks. I don't think I've ever had butterfly socks before. Anyways, let me cover up my legs. I'm wearing shorts. And it's still fairly warm here, so I'm really thankful. It's 68 degrees right now. Don't have to have the air on, but it's nice. Okay, so I wanted to start over and show this hat. So I just did the video of bringing this together, but I used my laptop camera. It was very awful. So this is basically the finished product, but I want to put a palm on the top, and I'm going to put fur trim. Now, this camera doesn't do justice. This is a very, very pretty line. This camera just does not show, just doesn't show it. I don't know if it's the lighting, but it's very pretty. So then I have this green here. Again, camera makes it look very dull. It's very bright and rich, shiny, pretty green. And this camera just makes it look awful. But I promise you, it's a very pretty green. Hello, hello. So I'm going to take, this is Chanel yarn. Very pretty lime. Again, my camera, I'm going to have to invest in a better webcam. But this is a very pretty Chanel lime green color. So I'm going to take this, it's kind of, the color is called Kelly green, but it's like a Christmas green, you know. But I thought that would probably be the best to go with this hat. So what I'm going to do is, so here's how I did this hat. I chained 32, and then I single crocheted 31, because you don't use the last chain. Hello! Some love going back to bed, and thank you. Oh, yes, I'm so happy you got it, and I hope it fits and everything. So I kind of hurried on those booties because I was wanting to get it off to you straight away in time for the shower. So it probably wasn't the best job, so I'm sorry, but I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you like it. And I didn't even, don't know, like, what size. I hope it fits. But it's stretchy, so hopefully it'll be okay. So I don't know why I just did that. Why did I just attach that? That was dumb. Okay, so to do this, chain 32, single crochet 31, and then I used 44 rows to make an adult size hat. And then I slip stitched the two ends together when I was done. Just slip stitched it, line it up, slip stitched it, and then I just took some yarn and darned it about every third row, every third hole. I went in and brought the string through and just whoop, drawstringed it. And I like a little bit of a cuff on my hats. Okay, so you can put decal here, you can crochet a flower, a heart, or whatever. I'm going to add fun fur. And I do have a palm maker, you know, and you can make a perfectly round palm for this. But because I'm going to be incorporating fun fur into it, I don't really want a perfect circle. So what I do to create the palm is I basically just do this. Okay. And I just, you know, maybe about 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches. Not too much. I don't have that much left. And, you know, I'm going to incorporate some fun fur into this palm since I'm going to be doing fun fur trim on the cuff. And so I kind of like a sort of like a rough type of palm, sort of like a fringy type palm. Some people like the perfect palm, like it's a perfect ball, shaped ball. And you can get, this is kind of, you can get, I think I did the tutorial on how to make the palm. It's a little palm maker. If not, then I need to do that tutorial. But there are tutorials on YouTube. In fact, on my channel, you can look at my different playlists. And I do have a craft playlist that has a lot of people's tutorials. So if you do tutorials, I will put your tutorials in my playlist and put a lot of tutorials of stuff together in one playlist. But at any rate, I'm certain there's a palm, how to make a palm with the palm maker, a tutorial in there. And if there's not, well, then I'll just have to do one, because that's how I learned how to make the palms. My friend, she had a palm maker. She didn't even know how to use it. And I said, well, just look at YouTube, but she just never used it. So she let me borrow it, and then I made a palm with it and sent a picture. She says, my gosh, she says, that looks perfect. So it's not hard, but it does have that perfect round look. And sometimes I like to make a palm, and I like to take the yarn, and I'll take like a dog brush type of slicker, and very carefully I will just brush it into a fuzzy palm. So it just depends. Sometimes I like the perfect round palm. Like, for example, the type of hats that have like the braid that hangs on the sides. Those look better with, a cute little palm at the bottom of it. This is like trying to kink up and stuff, and I'm trying to get it to where it is like the same length, but it's like trying to twirl and stuff. My goodness. So I'm going to be adding some fun fur in this. And so basically what you do is you just get however many that you want, and you're going to take and you're going to wrap a string around it really, really tight, and then pull it up. Okay. And then you'll just pull it up like that, tie around it. And then I'm going to add some fun fur in the middle of that. Right. It's trying to curl up. Shuckers. Yeah. This is getting a little out of hand here. Sort of just squeeze it together. Calm it down, because it is trying to twirl. So I'm not having that. Just untwirl it. Just kind of work with it. Flatten it. And just keep, don't want it too thick. All right, so I'm going to set that there. Then I'm going to undo my fun fur here. And that's going to be fun. Really fun. Really fun. Clue word. Clue word. Kelly green. That's the color of this fun fur. This is Lions brand fun fur. I don't want too much in there. I don't want to drown the chenille yarn with the fun fur. So I'm going to put that on there like that. Just enough to have that mixture in there. And again, you don't have to do it this way. Various ways to make palms. Palm makers are a really easy way to make palms. They are super easy to use. But you do want to make sure that when you do use a palm maker, that you have really sharp scissors. I did make a palm with dull scissors, and it was a little bit of a chore. I managed, but I'm just saying you want to have some good quality scissors. And so now I'm going to take what's left of this string. So I've got all these flattened together there. I'm going to take this string here. Okay. and I'm going to go around right down the middle. Okay, just wrap it. Just kind of pull it tight. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this chenille yarn. Okay, I'm going to pull it together. Whoop, it's not tightening. Before I go anywhere with that, make sure that's good and tight. Okay, I'm going to take this loose chenille yarn here. Okay, take that up in the middle, and I'm going to take that green fur yarn and wrap it around, tie a knot right there. Make sure nothing's caught up in that. Whoop, that didn't work. No. There, that's nice and slick. Okay, then wrap this around. And I'm going to take it and turn it like this right here. So I have the bottom like that. Take one little roundabout like so. Now, of course, I'll have to cut that. That's really cute. I'm not sure that's going to work. Not sure, because this stuff right here is trying to kink up, and I don't like that. I mean, it's cute, but it's... Anyways. I'm trying to figure out how to tie this. Now, I'm going to tie it on this bottom here. Nice and tight. Then I'm going to take where these are looped, we're going to separate those. They're all trying to turn and stuff and kink and all that other stuff. Probably not the best trying to do it this way. And of course, this is going to be cut short too. Or shorter, not necessarily short. Again, palms are optional. You don't have to do a palm. I just like palms. Let's see. Now, trying to find the bottom there. Okay, there's the bottom. Sort of. Now, we have to find each loop here on the fun fur, and trimming it is the tricky part. Just find each loop and just make sure you don't have any loops. Now, this is going to go inside and tie. There's a couple loops left. There's a loop. Don't want any loops. And then you're going to take it and trim it. There's a loop. I think. Yep. Got a loop over here. I think. No? Okay. So, we kind of have a mixed fun per palm here. There's a loop there. No loops allowed. Now, I'm going to want to add just sort of make sure it mixes over. So you don't kind of want to shape it a little bit. Make sure you don't cut your tail down here. See, some of them are longer than the other. And then you just kind of pull it out, fluff it up a little bit. See what that looks like on top. If I'm going to like that or not, or am I going to do something different? Yeah, that's kind of cute. All right, so I'm going to trim that up a bit. I'm going to take this through the top with my hook. Just going to go through the top there, coming through the inside. See? I'm just going to pull it in. Whoop. Doesn't matter. You kind of want to get it in the center, but doesn't have to be any specific stitch. You just want to make sure that it is in the center, because that is where it's going to rest on the top. Well, trying to get it to go through there. All right. So now I'm going to go on the inside and going to help pull that through. Okay. Now, I'm going to position it to the inside. And remember, you've got that one from before from the drawstring. Oh, what's that? Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work. It came loose. So, don't like that at all. What happened there? Huh. Okay. Well, so I'm going to take my lighted hook here, my lighted crochet hook. All right. And I'm going to take this yarn through this bottom fun fur yarn knot that I made, and I'm going to bring it through that. And then I'm going to tie a knot. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this lighted hook through the center, and I'm going to bring these two strands down. Turn it inside out so I can see what I'm doing here. There's one. One came through, but I need them both to come through. Come on down there, partner. Come on down. All right. Now, go ahead and turn that off. All right. So now I'm going to take these strings together and just tie them. Pretty simple. Ta-da! There you have a cute little palm on top. All right. So my feet are going numb. Rats. All right. So now we'll deal with that later. Okay. So now I'm going to I'm just going to go in these top rows here. To bring some fun fur in there. and I'm just going to sort of darn it through. I'm going to make a little loop. Hello, hello. Clue word, loop. Clue word, loop. I do believe I've already said a secret word for this video. If I haven't, I'm going to say it again. Fun fur. Okay, I'm going to get my leg over. Oh, ow, my foot is going to sleep. There's my socks. Okay. Now, turn my light on. I could see, all you're going to see is a glare. Sorry. But it really does help with working with dark fun fur yarn or dark yarn in general. Like I was working with some black yarn the other day and I could not see one of those stitches to get through there for anything. My lighting's not very very good in my house. So anyway, so I'm just going to pick a space, any stitch, start anywhere, and bring this through. Okay. And then I'm just going to sort of start there and just slip stitch my way across. Going in each chain, slip stitch across. Okay. And then you just pull it out. Once you get it, you don't have to do it now, but after you get it done, because this is eyelash yarn, it gets tucked as you stitch it. So just gently pull it out to get more, fluff out of it. That's what I do. And that's going to have to be tucked in. And you can go across 2 or 3 times, however much that you want for your trim. See, I'm just backward, I call it my backwards slip stitching. So I kind of go back to the right, I go back to the right, and then I'm going left, wrap around, and I pull back to the right, and then go back over. So you kind of create like a looping effect. Go into the stitch, wrap around, and then pull back through the loop you're pulling back to the right. It doesn't look that way on the camera. And then you go back to the left, go through the stitch, wrap around, and you're going to pull back through the loop for your slip stitch. You're pulling back to the right and then go back to the left through the next stitch, wrap around, come through, pull back to the right through your loop, and then go back to the left through the stitch. So you're going, back and forth left to right. If that makes any sense. I call that my back looping stitch. Maybe somebody else calls it something else, but that's what I call it. It's kind of a stitch that I made up. My back looping stitch. Isn't it cute? Whee! Just kind of floof it out. Don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit of sass. Just a little bit of sass to your winter hat. Go to the left, through this chain, wrap around, whoops, through the chain, wrap around, pull back to the right through the loop, and then go back to the left to the next chain, wrap around, and pull back to the right through the loop. So, let me get close to the camera here. Or better yet, I'm going to bring the camera to me. Okay. So, I'll try to show this up close. All right. So, I'm going to go to the left through the hole, wrap around, bring it through the hole, and go back to the right through that loop. Go back to the left, down through the hole, next chain, wrap around, bring it up through, and go back to the right through that loop. Go back to the left, through the chain, wrap around, bring it up through, and go back to the right through that loop. And then just sort of floof it out. Okay. To the left, through the chain, wrap around, bring it up, back to the right, and then back to the left. So you're going left and right, back looping. And you can do this as many rows as you want or just one row. You can go over just however much fun you want with your fun fur on your hat. Going left, down, wrap around, up, and then back to the right through that loop. There we go. So I'm going to go back to the left, down through the hole, wrap around, up, back to the right through that. Okay. Back to the left, down through the hole, wrap around, up, and back to the right through that loop. Back to the left through the chain, wrap around, bring up, and then back to the right through that loop, and then back to the left. So you're going left, right, back looping. Okay. Turn the hat a little bit. All right. I'm doing the very edge of the hat, just so you know. This is going to be the cuff part of the hat. So I'm going back to the left, down through the hole, wrap around, bring up, and then back to the right through the loop. Down through the hole, wrap around and bring it up, and then back to the right through the loop. Go back to the left, down through the hole, wrap around, bring it up, and then back to the right through the loop. Back to the left, through the hole, wrap around, bring it up, and back to the right through the loop. And floof it out as you go. You know, pull up anything that's sort of tucked in the stitch. Turn a little bit. And then go back to the left, through the hole, wrap around, bring it up, back to the right. Down, back left, around, bring it out. Just keep repeating that all the way around. It's just a simple back loop slip stitch. Blah, blah, blah. Can't talk. Tired. I gotta get some sleep. A long day tomorrow. I gotta loosen my yarn over here. Now, the thing about fur yarn is it does tighten your items, so you kind of want to not make sure that the stitch is not tight. You kind of want to keep your fur yarn loose because it doesn't stretch like your yarn does. So you have tight on loose. So you want to make sure that you um, stitch it loosely. Okay. This doesn't have the give that the yarn does. Back looping, back looping. Whoop. Uh-oh. Back looping. Looping. Almost there, almost there. Do-do-do-do-do. This lighted hook is very helpful. Yay. Okay. Now, just want to floof it all out. Just work anything that's been tucked, all the fringe. Get all your eyelash fringe out as much as possible. Anything that was tucked in with the stitches. And so now I got to decide, do I want to do another row? Or just want to leave that little bit right there? It's completely up to you. Completely up to you. I think it's kind of cute like it is. I don't want to do too much. So yeah, I'm going to call that a finished product. Ta-da! And I'm going to try it on. So, but I want to make sure that this gets tucked properly. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I'm going to, first of all, bring this through here. All right. So I'm going to bring what's left of that tail there. Just going to bring it through the hoop. Tie it. Okay. And floof, 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 floof. And I'm going to take this little extra and I'm going to darn it in just a couple stitches. Give a little extra little fringe right there. Well, no, I don't want to go behind it. Keep it in the front because I don't want it overlapping the edge there because that would stand out. None of the other of them are lapping through the front. Well, I can't get it to go through. Okay. There's quite a bit already through there, so that's why this lighted hook comes in really handy. Really handy. So I'm going to find some place to snip this. Just going to darn it a couple more little stitches there and give it a snip. Oh, come through there all the way. Come on now. I see you. Peekaboo, I see you. And that is where I'm going to snip it. Very carefully. All right. And there we go. Ta-da! Oop, take my hat. All right. Turn this off. Ta-da! So soft. I wish this camera would show proper color, but I want to do one with my camera video. I think it'll show the colors a little better. But it's a nice, soft, warm winter hat. Ta-da-da! And so I'm going to drop a clue word, and the clue word is finished. That's it. Y'all have a blessed one. Thank you.